Yes, Reeflex friends, hello and welcome to January 2025's Reeflex Piazza Facebook group reaction. January is probably my least favourite month. It is the worst, isn't it, here in England? But you folks, you've been really active. You've made it a stacked month in the Reeflex Piazza Facebook group. Loads of photos and lots of Super Telephoto 240mm content. And I love it. You know what? It's inspiring for one, but also if you're on the fence about the Super Telephoto lens, maybe you've seen my content, my videos and photos, and you think, yeah, looks all right, but I don't trust him. Of course, he's going to say nice things about it. He collaborates with Reeflex, and one, I don't blame you for thinking that. But two, the people don't lie. The people on the internet do not lie. They have no reason to. They're always really honest, and they are loving the Super Telephoto. So even if you've not got a Reeflex product or an app or the Super Telephoto lens, get yourself in the Facebook group. We'll accept you, and you can come and have a look at these photos. So let's get into it. Starting with this one, it's not a Super Telephoto photo, but what I love about this is that Abbas here, he posted a while ago saying he was learning re-expose, and he couldn't quite figure out how to get the exposure right and things like that, and he asked for feedback in the group, and he's got it. And he's improving. It says here, finally learning the Re-Expose app. I love seeing stuff like this. This is what the group is for. We help each other, we give feedback and advice and stuff like that. So he's put some information here, 5-minute long exposure with the help of Reeflex's 2x telephoto lens. But he's also put here, I wish I had money to buy the 240mm lens. And I feel you. I do. I honestly do. But you know what? We've got a contest coming up, and you can win vouchers enough to get Super Telephoto lens. So I'm going to roll the video I made for the contest. This February, get out there and capture your best Civilisation photos with Reeflex apps or lenses to win fabulous prizes. The Civilisation theme is vast. You could capture architecture or tools, maybe tell a story of a place's past, present, or future, or perhaps go down the cultural route with street photography, including portraits, traditions, and rituals. Plus, there are 4 Reeflex apps and 7 G-series lenses available. The creative possibilities are endless. Click the link below for full contest details, including how to enter. So there it is, really simple. Civilisation. I think this would count as Civilisation. This is a feat of humanity's architectural skill. Definitely counts as Civilisation. So I'll put the rules to the contest. They are in that description of that video, and I'm going to put them in the description of this video, and they'll be on the screen now for you. Please, please, please use that hashtag Reeflex. The hashtag's on the screen. The hashtag is on the screen. That's going to run through 2 months, February and March. Now, loads of tabs open. I'm going to get through these photos. We're going to try and keep this to 10 minutes. So let's get to it. I'm not going to have time for a really long analysis of all the photos and why they're great. I'm just going to make a quick comment and move on. This is absolutely Civilisation. This is one of my favorites of this month. And this photographer this is one of a few that he posted of a series. Brilliant stuff. This is like killer Civilisation. That's not. But look at that composition, the framing, the lines, the bin. It all works. What can I say? Amazing. Nice one. I wonder where that is. Now this is Super Telephoto. This is street photography with the Super Telephoto, and this is really showing off what the compression can do with the Super Telephoto. You see, he's shot through a fence here, and the Super Telephoto just blurs those intrusive foreground elements to a point where they become part of the composition. You don't even notice them. You can see them, but it's not like, oh, there's a fence in the way. I'll show you a side-by-side that I captured of the 5x and the Super Telephoto, and you can see exactly what I mean. And Rasil here, I hope that's pronounced somewhat correctly, is utilising that to the fullest. He shared a load of nice photos throughout January. And if you're not sure, by the way, if you've bought a Super Telephoto lens and you're like, okay, I bought it, not really getting the results that other people are getting, I've got a Masterclass series for you. Architecture, macro, and portraits. So that'll be linked in the description. Head to Reeflex's YouTube channel and you can see how to capture the photos that you will see from the Super Telephoto lens. in this reaction. So this is not on the Super Telephoto lens, but this just has vibes and mood, and please take me there, written all over it. Reflex/re-expose stack captured earlier this morning. Okay, with the Reflex wide angle lens. Look, I said I wasn't going to analyze and make too long of a comment on these photos, but you're just making me. Just let me move on. That's so nice. Imagine just chilling on that bench there with the sun on your face. Oh, so nice. Wow, this doesn't even look like a photo. This looks like something. Well, I was going to say out of a dream, but that thing's not, is it? Ugh. Gives me the EBGBs. My hairs have stood up on my neck, but on my arm. But this is, yeah, the textures contrasting with the smooth color here, the gradual fading of the color. Really top stuff. Love this. Oh, why did I look at that photo in your own time? It's grossing me out. I don't like it, but it's Super Telephoto. Oh man, it's not good. This is macro, obviously. Thanks for the analysis, Dave. This is wide angle macro, and you can tell the difference because it gives you this curve. The curved bokeh here and the much wider field of view. I'll show you. Jennifer here has some Super Telephoto macro stuff as well, and you can see the difference. So that's Super Telephoto, and this is I think this is the long range macro. So yeah, really nice. Love the colors as well. Love the almost like autumnal vibes. Now, Melissa's been on a roll with the behind the scenes, backstage content. Somebody forced Melissa to share her process and the gear that she uses to capture these amazing bubble, snow, icy, crystal photos. And she's been killing it with the behind the scenes content. Although, you think, let me see the behind the scenes and I'm going to know how she did it. Well, yeah, I can see how she did it, but I'm still none the wiser as to how I could replicate it. So some of the skill and the effort and the time, the trial and error that goes into these photos is unbelievable. And I can't replicate it based on the behind the scenes photos, but I can appreciate it much better. Former photographer of the month there, Melissa Hutchinson. Yeah, this is some of the equipment that she's using. A trigger, a light, a thing, a macro lens, what looks like an ashtray. It's probably not. A little light box with the miniature infinity cove and some bubble solution conveniently written on there for us. Nice one. Love it. Top stuff, Melissa. Wow, look at these colours. The colours of the rainbow here contrasted against this pale background. The lines across the frame, really nice. This is really different. I don't see much of this stuff in the Piazza Facebook group. Now, you want to capture stuff like this, head to my macro masterclass. This is top stuff here. Love the colours, the yellow and the blue. The reflection of a fly. You ever seen a fly's reflection in a photo? I don't think I have. This is, yeah. Everything about it is just a win. Well done, Shane. All right, Brian went a bit crazy this month. He went to some reptile, lizard, fish thing, aquarium, and there's a load of these photos of stuff like this. It's just brilliant. He went with like long range macro here, and then there's got one with a fisheye. There's one where a crocodile or an alligator. Yeah, this one here. Look at that. How cool is that? Better you than me, Brian. Thank you very much. Imagine just walking around. It was the next photo. Imagine just walking around, like taking. I love the thought of people taking their reflex gear out with them when they're going places. It's great. Now, Johnny's been to bison and bison forest. There's about 4 or 5 of these photos, and they're all captured bison in bison forest, and it's really funny. You get what come on, Dave. You get what it says on the tin. It's called Bison Forest, and there's a bison. So this is great. I love how he's added this white vignette. You don't often see a white vignette, but it really works here. Love the almost negative space. Yeah, really nice stuff. Okay, now Christopher's got a few of these really moody, grand landscape photos. It looks like, I feel like Sam and Frodo walking into Mordor here, looking at this. Really cool atmospheric stuff. Love how he's lifted the blacks. He's lifted the curve. If you go on tone curve in Lightroom or Darkroom or whatever you use, come right to the left side and put another point close to the left-hand side on the bottom left, and then lift it, and you get this faded shadow look. It's really, really nice. And Christopher's next photo is even better. Bam, look at that. This is great, and well, it's better than great. Look at these God rays here. And Christopher had to be in this location at that time to capture this photo. You might think, oh, well, I would have got the same thing if I was there. But you have to be there. You have to make the effort, and you have to go there. Maybe it was planned. And apparently Christopher is new to the group, so looking forward to seeing what else you capture, Christopher. Very, very inspiring indeed. Thank you very much. And this is just makes me want to go to San Francisco. Some photos just, I choose them to react to. They're here because I find the subject interesting, and I find this really interesting. Taken from a plane with the Super Telephoto, just gives me a whole, because I hear about these places like San Francisco and places like that, and nearby, like it's in the west coast of America, so you've got your San Diego, your California, your San Francisco, and I don't know what they are. You think, well, what's San Francisco? I know about Lombard Street, but that's about it. So nice. Look at this. Really nice shot of the Super Telephoto, of the Super Telephoto, of the moon captured with the Super Telephoto. And I don't think there's much more information. People have been asking me about taking pictures of the moon with the Super Telephoto, and probably, well, let's have a look here quickly. Settings. Let's see. Sure. I'm using iPhone 16 Pro with a tripod. Super Telephoto is in the 5. Yes, below on my settings. Video mode in native camera app. That's interesting. Set exposure to -2. I'm not going to read all these out. You can go and read these for yourself and recreate photos like this when you get a nice and clear sky with the moon in it. Very top stuff. And this is something I've never seen before from Kathy here, a regular in the Reeflex Piazza Facebook group. Look at all these starlings coming in to roost under Aberystwyth Pier. Fantastic. I would have loved to have seen that in person. It would look like probably the end of the world. It will look like the apocalypse, but it's just nature at its most beautiful. Now this is really cool. I've not seen this before. Comparing the Super Telephoto's macro capabilities with a Nikon Z6 Mark II and a Nikon MC 105mm at different settings. You've got f14 and f3.5. The aperture is fixed here. I think it's f2 or f2.2, f2.8, one of those on the 5x telephoto. And then the iPhone's built-in macro capabilities. You can take some nice stuff with it, but it's always never going to be as good as the Super Telephoto or one of Reeflex's dedicated macro lenses. And look at this here. Marco here says he's really content with the result of the Reeflex. I'd be more than content. This is like this is amazing. This is really, really nice. I love how you can see the difference in that the aperture makes. And yeah, you could. Someone's asking about stacking. Did he stack? No stacking at all. Yeah. Well, if you're wondering what stacking is and why you might want to use it, I go through it in quite some detail in my macro masterclass. Now, this is really cool. I also cover stuff like this in the macro masterclass. This is a photo demonstrating framing and compression and how you use the Super Telephoto's compression to achieve your frame. Yeah, really, really nice. Even though you're in Paris and even though you are surrounded by these world-famous historic landmarks, they don't guarantee themselves a nice photo. Super Telephoto lens plus Eiffel Tower, a nice photo is not guaranteed. Even, with weather like this, I know there's been some editing here, but it looks like quite a dull, overcast day. That's a recipe for just not getting any keepers, even with top lens and a beautiful subject. So you can use other techniques like light framing to add some necessary interest in your photo and tell a photo story. So head to that architecture masterclass and you will learn all about that. I don't know what this is, don't know where this is, don't know who it is, don't know why it is. It's a steel flower. I googled steel flower before this and nothing came up that looked like this. So I don't know what it is, but it's very, very cool. Thank you very much for sharing, Daniel. And finally, this is a third photo by Mr. Rasil here. Wonderful, wonderful crisp. Love the water droplets, love the colours, the almost like the caustic nature here of these lines of reflections. Just really, really nice vintage style, rustic style photograph. So that is it. How long have we been? It's been 17 minutes on my thing. Hopefully I've edited it down a bit, but it's been a stacked reaction. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.